Hey, hey, how's everyone this evening? Um, s- I'm Denzel. You can call me DD Manster, D Lock, whatever. I don't care. New to YouTube, and I made a few videos in the past. And I remember months ago, almost a year ago, I tried to revive my YouTube channel by just making a bunch of random videos. Um, I have this idea, and I don't have like any script whatsoever. I'm just literally sitting on my couch. But as far as being successful, it's of course it's subjective, but in the sense of like actually like making money, um, I've had this idea. I mean, the only jobs that I've ever worked in were retail to some degree. I mean, I worked at in food a little bit, not like fast food, but Cold Stone and Chipotle were the only food places. But I worked at Publix, Bed Bath and Beyond, Best Buy, Ace Hardware, and it's like the degree of success that you get when you work in a company, and as opposed to like anything you do in life, like you could go to school, and school is actually based on as far as going to college anyways, based on your attendance, your participation. But in anything, even in something that you would think would only require your single effort, there's always this I have this idea that there's always this sense of like community. And I know community, like, it could be looked at as like a good thing, and community is good. Um, but basically, this idea that I want to kind of bring to the surface in regards to success is no matter what you do, whether it be work or school or anything in life, like, I don't want to exactly say that you need to know somebody to become successful, but it almost seems so. Like, I've worked in retail, and I don't want to bash anybody because I feel like hard work does pay off. You could be skilled at something or talented, but you know, hard work, basically like should technically always pay off, but sometimes like people, they'll progress way faster than you in life, whether it be education, or whether it be at work, or even in like other things like in athletics or whatever, in romance and everything, like. But sometimes it is just who you know, and but that's not always a bad thing. I think that it could be a good thing because I met a guy, a friend of mine named Justice. We currently work at Publix, and if it wasn't for meeting Justice or hanging out with him, I mean, he gave me a ride home. And if it wasn't that for that, I wouldn't have met the people at the Tallahassee Mall. Like, I've, you know, was became a part of this community of people who come together and play D&D. If it probably wasn't for that, then I probably wouldn't have, made friends with this guy I also worked with, who was a coordinator named Tanner, who also runs D&D, and I helped him in a scenario or a situation. I'm not going to explain the situation, but I'm proud of you, bro. Oh, crud. I I was sorry. I was scratching my toe. I guess I am bleeding. Wow. Um Sorry you guys had to see that. But anyways, so it's like if it wasn't for like meeting certain people, like I wouldn't have like certain opportunities. Like, now we're pretty cool. Every time I see Tanner, it's like, "Yo, what's up?" And we're probably gonna play D&D sometime or hang out more or whatever. But So those are like small successes, just in my life as far as like, social compatibility. But when I'm thinking of success, there's many different instances in how you could weigh success, or you know or just compare it, or it depends on like what you want, as far as like what you're trying to achieve. And for me, I'm in school right now. I'm actually studying social work. I go to TCC. I'm going to eventually transfer to FAMU, and then after getting my bachelor's, and I'm going to go to FSU and do my master's there. Um, but anyways, like right now, I'm at Publix and I work part time. My schedule is actually to work every single day. I mean, there's different hours within the day that I have that set up, to work around school and even church, school, church, work, hanging out with friends. Like I'd scheduled it perfect. Like I'm available every single day, but I thought I scheduled it perfect, to give me enough time to study and everything else. Um, but I only work so many hours. Like on average, I work anywhere from 21 to 29 hours. Um, and I would tell you how much I'm making an hour, but I'm not sure if I can actually even do that. So, um, yeah, I meant it's okay. It's pretty good, I guess. But I meant I don't know. It's like I could be living a lot more comfortably if I made more. But I mean, I'm sure everybody feels that way, so I'm not complaining. That's not that at all. But as far as like doing stuff, like I've been watching some videos, mostly travel videos, and I've come across this one YouTuber. I can't remember his name, but it was a black gentleman, and I was watching like traveling in South Korea and Japan and Thailand and England and just a bunch of different places, Canada, just I like places that I personally would like to go. But I come across this one guy who traveled to Thailand, and I mean, I saw a few of his videos, and I thought it was really, really cool. I think he's also went to Colombia too. Um, but he was more than just talking about traveling and sharing tips about traveling. He talked about how to become an entrepreneur and how to not like work overtime. And it's like I don't even have the opportunity to work overtime because I'm part time, and probably rightfully so because I've only been at my job for 7 months now, and I'm exceeding expectation. But there's a level above exceeding expectation, and I guess in their eyes, I haven't quite gotten there yet. But there's always room to grow. But you know, basically, what this guy said was that you don't have to work harder. It's like the saying, "Work smarter, not harder." You don't have to work harder at what you're doing now. Just find ways on how to get better. That way you could become more valuable. So it's like, if you wanted to be a YouTube vlogger, or just a YouTuber in general, or just a normal blogger in general, just build up your skill and hone your skills and your craft, and then present that to people who are willing to actually, invest their time and money into that. So, like, a lot of people get famous on YouTube, and you don't even have to really be that famous, but, people are willing to watch it, and you could invest your time within a company, and you'll make a certain amount of money for a certain amount of time, which is good. I mean, if you really like the company, work for that company, but you could only do so much in like a job, as far as like success in success in the sense of financial stability or financial happiness or whatever. um so there are other ways, like you could actually just end up, I don't know. It's like the idea of like selling lemonade. It's like you could cut people's grass. You could sell things on the side of the road. I don't know if that's legal or illegal. You could, um, teach classes or lessons or tutor, Uber, Lyft or whatever, and that's making money when you're not working. Like if I'm working a job is good, but then there's the thought of, oh man, I'm not making money right now. Like for people who are working part time, it's like, yeah, I'm enjoying this day off, but it's like, now what do I do? It's like I have all this time to myself. It's like, what if you finish studying or you finish, you know, I don't know, hanging out with friends, or I don't know, hanging out with your girlfriend or something. I don't know, whatever it is you do. You just you got finished from the movies and you're just like, you have all this free time. And it's like, there are things like Ubering and Lyft, but there's other ways in which you could invest your time to make more money. There's like other investments. There's like the stock market, and but even with that, like your money stops making money after like 5 p.m. And it's like you can't. There's only a set amount of things that you could do within a day, to actually make yourself more valuable. Whether that be in a company, whether that be in school, whether that be, you know, outside of school and work, like maybe a second job or like Uber or Lyft or stuff like that. Whether that be investments, because eventually even that stops. But with a community, like if you get to know people, if you work hard and you get to know people, then you could keep that cycle or that winning mentality going. It'll circle each other. I'm taking this leadership class along with the Spanish class. But in the leadership class, one of the things, at least one of the perspectives that I've learned is that management and leadership are completely two different things. A lot of people like to manage their own lives and manage other people's lives. And in the workplace, management is basically just telling somebody, to do a set and certain commands, like a set of commands and certain commands, so that they could get done what they need to within a certain time period. Like it's an agenda. Leadership and management is basically from the top down, but I feel like leadership is from the bottom up. So it's like you could improve yourself and help others improve themselves, and then make your own circle. And it may not be, a legit circle in the sense where there's like, hierarchy, but if you all have one goal and that one goal is to get better or to improve the company, then it's like y'all all can move up the chain instead of the top of the chain, deciding who moves up, when you all could move up together, and then the company could improve and you could help other companies within that company, to improve. So it's like, it's this is what I'm saying, this community. I feel like that's really good. I'm not trying to say like gentrification or anything, but it's sort of like gentrification. The only difference is like, I'm not saying like all races should just come together. I'm just saying a band of people, no matter like what race you are, what color, like if you have the same goal as far as like trying to be successful, trying to be financially stable, is like, or whatever. It could be, it don't even have to be about money. It could be about just hanging out. If you have a goal to just want to, hang out and want to have, some sort of social compatibility with one another, or just social harmony or whatever, if you're striving for that, you can make it happen. But it would be easier, said than done, if you don't have a community, like if you don't have, people around you with the same motives. So, as far as that goes, I think success in the sense of getting money would be easier. Like I had this idea, like I don't know, I know right now my videos suck because my phone is a Galaxy S8, so I don't know. I think the quality is pretty good, but then again, I'm sitting kind of in the dark. Um, but I'm not a professional at this. I didn't make a script. I realize I keep saying I realize that I'm not looking in the camera for half the time. I realize I'm not in good lighting. I'm wearing you can't even see my pants. Like you're only seeing like a certain portion of me. But it doesn't matter. Like if you keep practicing at making videos, if that's something that you want to do, if you want to tell stories or give your opinion on something, like that's valuable in and of itself. you know Even more so if you're good at it, because somebody might want to watch it. You never know, but you could always get that link and send it out to all your friends or even just random people. They might click on the link and watch it, and that's a view. Once you get enough views, then you could possibly get advertisement for that video, and the advertisement builds up revenue. This is just for YouTube. I don't have a whole lot of subscribers. I don't have a whole lot of views, but it's like you need a community because you can't do this on your own. Like you have to have some sort of like people with you to do this, because you can't just kind of wholeheartedly succeed at something like this on your own, in the sense where you're gonna make videos, because everyone when they first make videos they suck. So it's like, I don't know. I remember when I was younger, I even had this idea. I was thinking I could just make like 100,000 emails, and then you know I was thinking I can make 100,000 emails, and then I could just, I don't know, log on to each email, like YouTube email, and then like for each video I make on one channel, I could just tap into all of those, and then that'll be 100,000 views. But yeah, it doesn't work that way. So yeah, wow, that was really long, but that's my take on that. Deuces.